What's going on, family? Hey, listen, before we get to today's show, I want to remind you all that my brand new book, Take Your Seat at the Table, is in stores wherever you buy books at. Today, man, it came out here on the 14th of January. And I just wanted to remind you that, listen, the caliber of your financial future will be determined by the decisions you made today. And one of the key decisions you need to make is to take a seat at the head of your table, at the head of your life. Stop giving people the permission to tell you what to do with your life. Remember, ownership equals freedom. When we have ownership of our lives and our decisions, that's when true freedom, financial freedom, relationship freedom, freedom period, really happens. Listen, go to anthonyoneal.com/book, get a copy of this book. And if you buy this book here, I'm going to give you $2,000 worth of bonuses to help you fulfill your assignment and to reach your financial goals this year. Go to anthonyoneal.com/book, and let's get into today's show.
I am incredibly proud to share with you all that I am officially an adjunct professor at Virginia Union University. And I remember a couple of people who I looked up to told me that I wasn't a thought leader, told me that I'm not that guy in life. That not everyone, not all of y'all watching this video is going to agree with everything that I do and say. You're not called to everyone. I know this is the update of my life, but I just want to encourage you. You're not called to everyone. But don't let the naysayers, don't let the people who don't see what God put inside of you determine your future. I want to make sure that you have everything you need to thrive this year. I want to serve my people. Family, I normally say welcome back to today's show, but today I just want to get straight to it. I'm excited a little bit to share my heart with you all for 2025. As you know, my passion has always been helping people, specifically helping minorities, people of color, get out of debt and closing that wealth gap. And let me tell you, this mission has not changed. I'm gonna be honest with you, but some things are shifting within my own personal life that I just need to update you all on. And as my E3 family, who's been rocking with me for years on this journey, I wanted you all to be the first to know directly from me because I think it's very, 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 very important. I'm excited to announce that I've launched my third book, right? My third book called Take Your Seat at the Table. And this book is, I believe, my best book to date. You see, in this book, man, I had the opportunity of writing this book 2.5 years after being on my own. And as you all know, if you haven't noticed, the title is Take Your Seat at the Table. All right. The book ties back to the name of this show. But it goes so much deeper. You know, I wrote this book. I wrote this book from a vulnerable place because I believe in the importance of taking the head seat of your life, taking the seat of leadership, ownership, and responsibility of the life God has given you. And some people have been asking me, Anthony, why is this book so important? Let me tell you why it's so important, especially for 2025. You see, in this book, you're going to learn that I said, you got to set the tone. You see, when you take the lead seat in your life, you establish the values and direction of your legacy. Nobody else dictates your future when you're in control beside God, of course, right? Like no boss, no relationship. And if I'm being honest and vulnerable with you all, starting off this year of the life changes, man, I allowed relationships to dictate how I was going to be a man. If I'm being honest with you all, even as the money guy, I allowed money to kind of dictate certain things in my life. So I really wasn't sitting at the head of my own table, the head of my own life. I was allowing different people and different things to sit at the head of my table. And it wasn't until I took back my seat that I really felt fulfilled, that I really felt that I was accomplishing and doing everything that I was created to do and to accomplish. And it feels so good to where now I get to tell people what I'm doing with my life. I don't get to tell God, but I get to tell people. And one thing is, like, when I take this seat back, watch this. Now I'm protecting the vision of my life. You see, sitting at the head seat means safeguarding what truly matters to you. And I don't know what really matters to you. Maybe it's family. Maybe it's your business. Maybe it's school. Whatever truly matters to you in this season of your life, you need to safeguard that. You have to. And as a man, there's so many different things that I'm working towards, but I'll tell y'all this much without saying too much, that in this book, in the back of the book where I'm giving my reflections and comments, there's a whole paragraph, half a paragraph, to my future wife, to who at the time of writing this book, and to this day, I don't know who she is, but she has a seat at my life. And that matters to me. And I don't want people telling me, well, hey, man, don't worry about a wife right now. Hey, man, I'll do this. Go build this business, man. If I really went hard, I couldn't date. But I'm in a position now to where I'm going to posture myself as a husband. I'm going to posture myself as a leader. I'm going to posture myself as a man of God the best way I can. And I'm going to let God put everything else into place. But the key ingredient, though, is that I gotta take a seat at the head of my table. So when I'm talking about a life update, y'all, this is it. Man, my third book, my first book out on my own, is out. Take your seat at the table. And y'all, I'm excited. I'm excited. Because when you take a seat at your table, you build generational wealth. Taking charge today of your life sets a foundation for the generations coming after you. It takes, it creates an opportunity for wealth building for the seed that came through you and your spouse, or through you and your loved one. It's creating an atmosphere for your child to reap the harvest of what you've sown. Here's the second thing, man, that when I tell you all, I'm really excited about this one. I really, and I'm going to try not to get emotional on this one. But y'all, I am incredibly proud to share with you all that I am officially an adjunct professor at Virginia Union University, teaching a course called Consumer Economics. That is the actual legal name of it. But I told the school and my president that that's a boring name, and we called it To Money Matters: How to Build the Wealth That You Deserve with the career that you're getting from Virginia Union. Now, you all know how much I love teaching about money, but this opportunity is something special. Because not only am I learning, I am learning because I'm earning, right? So not only am I earning my degree, my executive MBA at this amazing HBCU, but I also get to equip the undergraduates with practical financial skills to set them up for a true financial success. You know, if I'm being honest with you, right? If I'm being honest with you, the reason why this is emotional for me is because $22 years ago, I graduated from Southview High School. I graduated without having the correct information to how to live a practical life. Went off to school, made some dumb decisions in school, and I had to drop out. So right around the ages of 19 and 20 years old, I'm homeless, sleeping in the back of my car. You all know the story. So I was kicked out of school. Went and got 2 jobs, 3 jobs, working myself out of debt, built a great career. Watch this, built a great career. Selling cars, working in church, working with an amazing organization. And I remember a couple of people who I looked up to told me that I wasn't a thought leader, told me that I'm not that guy. From failing, dropping out of school, to building something that I thought was successful, to have someone who I loved, and not someone, it was actually people tell me who I love was like, yo, you're not a thought leader. To now I'm an adjunct professor. To now when I'm sitting inside of the president's office at Virginia Union, I'm sitting down with him and I'm sitting down with my Dean John Guns and Dean Davis. And I'm like, y'all, this is a vision that God has given me. And this is where I want to go. And I will never forget, you all, that I woke up on July 1st of 2024 at 2 a.m. and God told me, you're going back to school because right now I need you to do something major in the next 3 years. But I need to make sure that they can't discredit you. And so you're going to go back to school to get the accreditation because you have the experience, but you don't have the accreditation. But right now they can discredit you and disagree with you. He says, I don't care with them disagreeing with you because I have people who disagree with me as God, but they can't discredit the work that I've done. But right now people can discredit you because you don't have the accreditation. So I need you to go back to school. So I'm sitting here, I'm going back in school, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And I mentioned it to my homegirl, Lexi, when she was on my show. Lexi later on sends an email to the president. I remember that I know Dean Guns because I grew up with Dean Guns when I was in my ministry years, and I called him, and then one thing led to another. Boom, I got a full ride scholarship to get my MBA, to finish the bachelor's and to get my MBA. And I'll be done and I'll be walking next year. But while I'm sitting in the office, I'm updating y'all. And I hope this encourages you. All I can hear in the back of my head was that you're not a thought leader. To sitting with one of the most profound doctors, presidents of a prestigious schools in the United States of America says, man, we need you here. Not just so you can get better, but you have something that this younger generation needs. You've built something amazing. And I want you to come here and teach our kids how to deal with finances because you are a thought leader. I've never had this conversation with him before. He said, you are that guy for our people. And I want you to come here. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to send you I'm going to recommend your name to other colleges because our young Black students need your information. And he doesn't even know this, and I hope you're watching this, President Lucas, but when I got done with that meeting, I left pumped, but I also left pumped with tears. I also left pumped crying. Because I've always carried this thing like, man, I got to prove to people that I'm a thought leader, that I know what I'm doing. And here's the thing. No matter what, people or not, I've learned this in life, that not everyone, not all of y'all watching this video is going to agree with everything that I do and say. And I felt so freed. That, man, I understand it. I'm not called to everyone. You're not called to everyone. I know this is an update of my life, but I just want to encourage you. You're not called to everyone. But the people who you're called to are going to love you. They're going to need you. They're going to honor you. And you're going to impact lives. But don't let the naysayers, don't let the people who don't see what God put inside of you determine your future. Because here's the truth, it is an extreme honor to serve these students and to help them avoid the financial mistakes that I made when I was their age, that many of us made in our younger years. So, which is going to lead me into I don't say about number 3, but the next thing I want to update you all on is really the direction of this show. We're seeing a bunch of podcasts show up. We're seeing a bunch of, we're seeing a bunch of YouTubers and experts, come, quote unquote, right? And I've noticed that I've gotten very comfortable with having a lot of guests sit at the table. And I think throughout the 4 years of me doing this show on my own, at the caliber of what we've done it, I think I've only had maybe one guest that I was like, ooh, maybe two. And I feel good about that. But this year we're making some changes. And one of the first changes you're going to see is you're going to see fewer guests and more of me teaching. Because last year in 2024, my homegirl Lexi Allen joined me on the show. And she said something that stuck with me after the show. She said, most people need help understanding the basic skills and the basics of financial education. And that hit me hard. So family, we're going to go back to the basics. I'm going back to, you know what? I got to help my people gain financial freedom with practical, basic tools. For an example, I'm going to be teaching budgeting using my Wealth Builder tool. I'm going to be teaching you how to build your emergency fund using a high yield savings account like SoFi, what I teach. Like I'm going to show you practically how to take the money from the interest that you gain from SoFi, how it goes back into that, and how you're going to make more money. I'm getting back to the basis of how do we pay off debt. I even actually have an ebook that I'm going to be teaching from called Practical Ways to Save and to Make More Money. Man, I'm bringing in my brothers. I am going to bring in guests. I'm bringing in brothers, my coalition group. And every single month, we are going to be coaching people on how to buy their first home, how to buy their first rental home. What are the basic ways? I'm going to be partnering with my brother Courtney, and we're going to be teaching people how to invest for beginners. And I don't know if we have any more ticket sales, but man, me and him are sitting down with 100 Black men on February 1st. And we are going to be teaching, man, how to invest from a beginning standpoint. Now, if you're at the intermediate stage, this is still great for you. If you're at the advanced stage, this is still a great opportunity because he may be talking about something you don't know in this area, but just getting in a room of Black men and we're going after the information and education without having to worry about if I ask this question, will my girlfriend look at me crazy? Will my girlfriend be embarrassed if I'm asking this question? Or I don't want to ask this question because there's other girls in here and I want to look like I know it all. So no, we created a space to where we can bring in Black men and really position themselves to ask and to learn without being embarrassed. And the list goes on and on. But if you want to be a part of the investing, the men coming together here in DC, we're going to a Black-owned restaurant. I only got 100 seats. I know at the time of recording this, I only got 30 seats left. So you can go to anthonyoneal.com/brothers and register, see if we have any spots. But we're going to do this every quarter this year. Like I'm taking what God is giving me and I'm switching back to what was working. I want to make sure that you have everything you need to thrive this year. Everything. Not only with the show, but you all are going to see in the evening times. Specifically, I can't remember. Ed asked Michelle, when did I say I was going to do this? But I think it's Thursdays or Tuesdays, but I'm going live. I'm going live. in the evening times. I'm going to do a 10, 15-minute teaching on something that's current in the news, but I'm going to bring you up and I'm going to answer your questions live on the air. I want to serve my people. I want to make sure that as I'm going to school and I'm learning even more, that I'm coming back and I'm helping you all who may not have the time to go back to school, who may not want to go back to school, who may just be stressed right now. No. As I'm learning, because I'm getting my executive MBA in church economic management. So I'm learning more how to help churches and their parishioners make money at home, but then also help the church make money outside of tithe and offerings. So, man, I'm learning, like I'm excited in school. And when I'm learning in school, man, I'm coming right back here to this table and I'm teaching y'all. And I want to create a space. I want to create a space and make sure that you can call and ask me. And here's, oh man, I'm just updating y'all, man. I'm feeling good about this. Some of y'all has asked, why are you going back to school? Let me tell you why I'm back in school. It's because I know I can do better. I don't want to just Google. I don't want to be no Google Chat GPT expert. No, I want to be knowledgeable. I want to make sure that I'm always growing. So that's why I've spent the last year and this next year in school to make sure that I get the proper education and to make sure that I'm teaching things correctly. And if I'm going to be honest with you, my viewpoint on money is changing a little bit, and it's going to shock some of you all. I'm still the guy, no debt. But how I see certain things are going to be shifting, and you're going to see me starting to teach it and roll it out in 2025. And let me update you. Let me say this. Stop asking me why I left Dave Ramsey, why I left Ramsey Solutions. Stop. Because after this video, I ain't responding to it no more. My name is Anthony ONeal. I own the company called the Neatness Network. I have an amazing team and we're doing amazing stuff. And I left that place with no hard feelings, love them tremendously. I love everything that they're doing. I'm just called to a different group of people. And I want to serve that people. That's it. So when I come out saying certain things and doing certain things, man, listen, if you don't like it, I understand. But I'm learning, I'm evolving, I'm maturing, I'm growing. And I want to help posture all of us to be in a place of wealth building. So with that being said, as you all know, that we're on the road to 1 million subscribers. And y'all, we are so
All right, family, before we get into the rest of today's show, listen, nearly 75% of you all are not subscribed to the channel. Listen to me again. 75% of you all are not a part of the E3 community. And we are literally just expanding in the areas of abundance, wellness, and freedom. And that is the main focus of this year. So listen, if you're loving some of the content, you may not watch me every single week, but if you could just hit that subscribe button and be a part of this family, there are some extra perks that comes from just subscribing. We're giving out discounts in the AO store. We're having events solely just for the community, and you will get an email with the discount code and the VIP code and all the special things that's going on. So please hit that subscribe button, whether you're watching this on YouTube or listening to this on podcast, and I promise you, it's going to be amazing. When we hit 1 million on YouTube, I'm giving away a luxury quality used vehicle to one of my E3 community members on July 1st of 2025. So listen, hit that subscribe button and let's get back to today's show. God bless.
If we hit 1 million by July 1st of this year, before my birthday, in July, we're going to have a party. It's going to be somewhere here in the DMV area. And at that party, we're giving away a car. I don't know what kind of car yet, but it's going to be nice. No, I love Hondas, but it's not going to be a Honda. No, I love Toyotas, but it ain't going to be Toyota. It may be like an Audi. Maybe like a nice little BMW, Mercedes. Might even be a Cadillac Escalade. I don't know. I really don't know. But to celebrate, to say thank you to the 1,000,000+ people who are rocking with me, for showing up, for when I've made mistakes publicly and saying something on the show I probably should not have said. You still didn't unsubscribe. You still didn't, be like, like, no, thank you. To celebrate the people who've gone on a journey with me, who's say, you know what, I'm going to rock with AO because I love what he's doing and it's impacting my life. To celebrate the people who've shared this video, who's reposted. I want to celebrate you on my birthday. So I don't know where we're going to have it, but we're going to have an amazing time. And I'm going to invite you. It's going to be a dress up kind of party. It ain't going to be coming to Timberlands and jeans. No, it's going to be come looking sexy. We're going to be grown folks in there who love God, but looking good. Because we're going to celebrate what God is doing in this community. And we're going to also celebrate my 41st birthday. And so listen, if you're watching this and you're not subscribed, join the community. I want you to be committed to watching me at least once a week, minimum, once a week. We come out 2 times a week, and I take live calls on Thursday evenings around 8, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Actually, it may not be Thursdays, y'all, now that I think about it, because I'm in school on Thursdays from 6 to 10. So it may be on Tuesdays now. Yeah, it may be on Tuesdays. So just keep an eye out. We'll make sure to update you all and let you all know, because I'm in school on Monday and Thursdays. I teach my class from 3 to 4, and then I'm in class from 6 to 10 on Mondays and Thursdays. So we're in there, man. But I just love where we are. And y'all, I'm really excited because this year, just to give you some more updates, this year I'm back. I'll be back starting in March. I'll be working on my 4th book. And that 4th book is going to be, I believe, the book that, man, this right here was the foundation of my next book. That you really can't get everything you need in my next book without reading this book. Like, you have to get this book to lay down the foundation of the book that's going to come and sit on top of it. Right? You see what I'm saying? So listen. Get this book. But man, y'all, I will be back in the lab writing my new philosophy of money. I'm writing the book. And y'all, we're going to go on tour next year. We're going to hit about 10 different cities. I'm coming out with some amazing things around money that's going to help you all. And what's going to be beneficial to you is you have to be a subscriber to the channel and or to our podcast. And you got to be a part of the E3 email community. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Michelle put a link to join the email community. We're already about like 200,000 people on our email list, which is great. But man, I'm going to start serving you all more, because I'm going to start writing blogs and writing things more this year. And I'm serving it via the email community, to where if you're already on it, you've already been seeing what I've been doing on Wednesdays. And so I'm really, really, really excited about it. But I really want to just update you all and let you all know, man, we're not going to have that many guests on this year, to where if we have a guest, it's because they're providing something of substance, like they're teaching. And it's great to share testimonies, and it's great to share stories of what has worked. And we're going to do that. But now I'm challenging all of my guests. You can't come on my show unless you give us 3 practical tips and 3 practical things to do on this show, to where my listeners, my people can walk away, do this, do that, do this. You can't come on here and just sell a course. No, we ain't doing that no more. Because a lot of courses that we sold were great, but I think I got to get back to adding more substance and adding more value. And I'm excited about it. Really, I'm excited about it. I was talking with our show producer, Michelle, and she was like, yeah, we need to do that. And so now it is her job. It is her requirement to make sure that she holds me accountable to doing that, and then making sure that all the guests are doing that as well. Because I don't want to be just a YouTuber. I want my company to be thought leaders who are leading in the areas of helping you impact and change your life. I'm excited. I'm excited. So, couple of updates of what's going on. Be praying for me, because being back in school full time, leading a business full time, teaching now as an adjunct professor full time, and I'm even thinking about moving. I don't know yet. I'm seriously considering moving and getting to the place that I believe is going to be my home, where I'm gonna settle down and just build and stay there. So I want to end today's show in Luke chapter 12, verse 48, but clause B. From everyone who has been given much, much will be demanded. And from the one who has been entrusted with much, much more will be asked. I'll say this one more time. From everyone who has been given much, much will be demanded. And from the one who has been entrusted with much, much more will be asked. If I look at the total amount of people who follow me, close to 2.5 million people are connected with me throughout all of our platforms. That's much. And I feel like because God has entrusted me with you all who are a part of this community in some form or fashion, that God is requesting much more of me. I got to be a better steward of this show and the guests that I bring on this show. Not that we've had bad guests, right? Not that I've had guests that I'm like, no. Like I said in the beginning of the show, I think we only had like 2, but I think I got to do better. I got to give you all more value, because I want to be a show that you can trust, that you can depend on to be valid information, which is why I'm going back to school, because I know a lot. But I want to make sure that I'm continuing to learn and that I have the accreditation behind me to continue teaching, because much more is required of me, because God has given me much more. Now, when you look at it, I'm not just a YouTuber. Now he's a professor. Now he's inside of a school teaching this thing. So I'm not just teaching you all, but from an academia perspective, I'm teaching it to where people got to take this class and get an A to go towards a graduation. Much more is required of me, because God has given me more. God has given me more. Rick Warren once said that if you are alive, there is a purpose for your life. What is your purpose? And what does God require of you? Because to whom much is given, much more is requested. All right? So family, as we are closing out today's show, I want you to remember this. You have the power to change your story. Take the head seat at your table and lead with faith, purpose, and action. And like it says in Luke chapter 14, verse 28, clause B, we've got to count the cost and make intentional moves. Your financial freedom is within reach. We're going to do it in 2025. Commit to being with me at least once a week. Once a week, watch one of my shows on Mondays or Wednesdays. If you have any money questions, man, log in when I go live on Tuesdays or Wednesday nights. I don't know when I'm going to do it just yet, but log in, ask the questions. Be real, be honest, be vulnerable. I'm going to love you, and I'm going to give you the best answer that I can possibly give you, because we're going to make this year count. So until next time, God bless you. And we're going to live a life, an authentic life of abundance, wellness, and freedom. You know what? I'm going to say that. Until next time, go live an authentic life of abundance, wellness, and financial freedom. See you soon.